Hi everybody, Hal Weeks for Stalking the Wild Autoharp, and we're back to melody picking. And the last melody picking video I did for you was the one where I showed you all about taking some music and your chord cards and figuring out note for note or syllable for syllable how to which buttons to push to get the melody to come out. So that video is there. It's 2 videos back in time if you want to go search those and learn how to do that. I will revisit that in a few weeks because it can be confusing and you kind of have to see it. I advise that on that process, and I think I probably said this, you got to do it kind of a bunch of times to really get it down so that you know what you're doing and you can figure this out. I mean, the other way to do it is hunt and peck. I'm getting off track already, so I'm going to get back on track. In this video, I'm going to show you, I guess, because I've got several things to cover, I'm going to show you 5 or 6 different ways of plucking, pinching, strumming, stroking, rocking, walking out a melody. I'm not going to teach those things yet. I'm just going to demonstrate the same melody over and over with some different ways of doing it. And we'll get into the nuts and bolts of those different styles of melody playing. Okay, so a lot of people will light on one way of playing melody, and that's the only way they will play melody. Really you need some other ways too, because some of them are designed to help you smooth out so your motions aren't jerky. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so let's, I'm going to choose just a simple tune here like a... Ode to Joy. I'm using 2 buttons over here, which are, in this case, C and G7. And you can play the whole tune with those 2 buttons. So, what I'm doing there, I'm plucking. Pluck, 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 pluck. Now, plucking, in the beginning, you're going to pluck too wide. And you're also going to pluck with bad aim. And so you're going to have to learn to adjust your aim. Melody moves up and down, just like we saw on that staff in that one video. Melody moving up and down. La 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 la. Part of melody is learning to hear that curve and also learning to hear where it climbs up the stairs gradually and down the stairs gradually, or where it leaps a little bit. La 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 la. And moving your hand appropriately. When the melody goes up, you go that way towards the shorty strings, because the strings are getting shorter, so the notes are going up. When the melody goes down, you have to move that way. And so you learn to move back and forth, and you also learn to shorten up your strokes so you're not Now the reason that the melody still sounds clear there is that I'm keeping it on top. But you see my hand going back and forth? Watch. See, if you watch this part of my arm, you'll see it. So that melody curve going up and down is coming from my shoulder. And because I've been doing this for so long, I'm not thinking, okay, it's going up a little, so I'm going to move a little bit. Oh, now it's going a big distance, so I'm going to move a big distance. It's all ingrained between my ears and my shoulder and my fingers. What needs to happen? I just feel the melody and make it happen. You want to get to that place, so you got to do this again and again for a little while, and it'll start coming more and more automatically, just like touch typing does. But until it does, you have to think it's going up, it's going down, and just practice and kind of put up with yourself while you're, and I mentioned before, you're gonna be too high, too low. But you can hear the melody in there amongst all the other things. So you have to learn to zero in on it. It's there. So notice how I've shortened up my stroke. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm plucking a small area. To just get those notes. You know what it's like? I don't know if I'm actually going to put this in the video. It's like the harmonica. Another instrument that's called a harp that's not. Because the Autoharp is not a harp. It's a zither. And the mouth harp, the harmonica, is not a harp either. Okay, so I'm playing one note at a time by blowing into these little holes or drawing through them. But at the beginning of your harmonica playing career, you'll be blowing too many holes. Because your mouth is too big. And so you're blowing through 2 or 3 holes at once until you get the real habit down of playing one hole at a time. And so Autoharp is like that because the buttons are keeping the notes right for you, in theory. But you still have to pluck the right ones and try to pluck as little else as you can. So this is supposed to be a different kinds of melody strokes. So you can do that. Now, I've got an old video where I teach melody playing, and I use Ode to Joy, and I actually give the chord changes for it. So you can look for that video. It's my most watched video of all time. It might be the video that you found me on. So I'm just using the 2 buttons and a real short pluck. But what are the other ways of doing it? Well, another way to do it is to do the same thing, but with your thumb. When I'm doing this, I'm actually stopping my thumb against my knuckle. Or at least that's what I did while I was training to do it. Which was sort of a means of not going too far. Shorten that stroke up. That's called thumb lead. Another way to do it, get it back on your finger and pinch. Now, my left hand is the same on all of these. So we've done plucking, we've done thumb lead, and we've done pinching. Now, instead of pinching like this, pinch with these 2 and do the same thing. That's still called pinching. But now, in between all of these, put in a pluck. And have that pluck be on a lower note than your melody. So you're going ding dong, ding dong. Okay, so now put the pinch back in and go. Now on the longer notes, I'm doing a little trick there. I'm going pinch, pluck, thumb, lead, like that. Pinch, pluck, thumb, pluck. So. See that? Pinch, index, thumb, index. P-I-T-I. On the long notes. Like that. That's called pinch pluck. Then there's walking your fingers. In some ways, that's pinch pluck too. In some ways, that's pinch pluck too, but you're moving this finger up next to this finger so that they actually both play melody notes. Now, this is sort of unnecessary on this tune because this technique is for playing fast. And I call it walking fingers or running fingers. because you're getting both these to share the melody. And this is what I talked about jerking. If you try to play real fast, a fast tune, all that, your hand has to get jerky. And when your hand gets jerky, your sound gets jerky. And you can only pinch so fast. So what you do instead is you walk your fingers on those fast notes, and it smooths it out, and it makes your hand a lot more slippy slidey, and then your melody sounds a lot more slippy slidey. And that comes up in the second part of Ode to Joy, where it goes, whoops. Just on this da-da-dum-bum. Like that. Some tunes have a lot of fast notes in them. And so for that, you can't pinch that fast. And so you've got to walk your fingers and alternate them. And you can still pinch occasionally. So that's to smooth that out. The walking fingers. Notice how I stopped walking and just did some straight pinches when the notes slowed down. See that my elbow is a little bit raised. That's how you bring this note up next to that note. Raise your elbow. Okay, so we've done plucking, we've done pinching, we've done pinch plucking, we've done walking. What else is there? It's here on my little sticky. Thumb lead. I guess we did this at the beginning. But you can also alternate, like when you're doing fast melody this way, you can do fast melody. Now, when I did walking fingers, I had to raise my elbow to get this finger up next to this one. When I do thumb lead, I've got to crunch my elbow down to bring the index up next to the thumb. These techniques, it's going to take you probably a long time to pick them up. So remember this video and come back to it. Just learn one way of doing it and practice it and practice it and practice it. And when you're starting to really get it down, come back, take another look, do another one. This is all of these things in one place, and it took me a few years to learn all of these different ones. And there's still a few others that are more advanced. So this is just a little corral of all of these different techniques for picking melody. I'm Hal Weeks, If you like this programming and you are getting a lot out of it, please consider becoming a patron of Stalking the Wild Autoharp over on patreon.com. Helps me help you keep on keeping on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Stalking the Wild Autoharp. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.